What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? You are here right now on Tuesday. On Tuesday with your girl, the Savage Coach Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio. And you are, I hope you're ready. I hope you up close and personal, ready for some savage talk. Yeah. So look, y'all. I hope you're ready for this. I have some exciting stuff to talk about. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what it's gonna be looking like. Because look, when I tell y'all we gonna bust through 2024 like the Kool-Aid man. Do y'all remember the Kool-Aid man busting through that brick wall with a big old smile full of like life and joy and ready to take on the world? I hope y'all ready for that. Because look, let me tell you what we're going to be talking about tonight. Now, this one's near and dear to my heart. I'll tell you why. The spa massage world is forever changing at some places in Georgia. And those of y'all that know me, I am a connoisseur. I love to get massages. I love to partake in everything that is going to help my body recover. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, forever changing. We also going to talk about this lawsuit, Effery. We in Georgia, y'all, the state of Georgia. It's almost like anything goes. I'm excited to talk about that. Check this out. And y'all know I can't let up on our pity Diddy. Remember last week when I said, I am going to ask you guys, how long do you think it's going to take before the pity Diddy money runs out from paying out lawsuits? Remember I asked that question, and I know some people think pity Diddy has that long money, that long and strong money. Well, you know what? Every man says that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Every man says that, long and strong. But look, the reality is it ain't true. Listen, I hope y'all hear me. We have an exciting show. And if you can't tell, I am always excited to bring y'all some life, some love, some hot topics, some mess talking, and always we keeping it savage. So 101 TKO Radio, let me get this. Let me knock this out right now. Y'all know y'all can call me live. So when I'm talking these shenanigans, if you disagree with me or if you agree with me, I want you to get in the habit of calling me up and telling me. I don't care if you say, Keefa, look, you sound crazy. You sound like a crazy woman. Now I understand why it's called savage talk, because you're talking and you're acting like a savage. Still call me. Here's the number, 678-439-7419. That is the direct call-in number, 678-439-7419. You can call me at any time during the show when I say something you like or don't like. Y'all make sure you keep me honest, you keep me on point. Make sure I am bringing you the information that you need, the news that you can use in the hot topics world, in the AI world, and you know me, in the world of abundance, in all areas of your life. Okay, so look, let's get started. Pity Diddy. The pity Diddy. Okay, P stands for pity. Pity Diddy party. Now, I pose this question. How long before the Diddy empire is broke? And when I pose that question, I wasn't talking about how long before he files for bankruptcy, because we all know that is a tactic to preserve money. That's a tactic to preserve money. So either he's going to start crying broke real quick. But you know what? See, I just feel like Pity Diddy is one of those people like Donald Trump. He's just not going to listen to his advisors. He does not want people to even have the impression that he's broke, not even to save his fortune. You know, I believe with Diddy, keeping up appearances is more important to him. I really do, because think about it. How many people do you know in your own life that is broke, but go to every extent to prove they're not broke? Okay, and these is just regular people. We're not talking about celebrities. Now imagine that you have some fame and people that follow you and people that truly believe you are just the wealthiest person on earth. Now, see, with the people we know in our circle, we know they broke and we know they pretending. So that don't matter. And they know we know they broke and pretending too. That's not the same. In celebritydom, in Hollywood, I believe celebrities would really just rather you believe that they have it like that than just come out and say, I'm broke, I'm filing for bankruptcy. Now, that's what his advisors may say. And let me tell you why. So since the last time we've had this conversation, what's changed? Well, y'all might recall I mentioned this too. How long before all of his partners, you know, brands that are doing business with him or with his entities, how long before they all start pulling out? Now, you guys know that Diddy started this whole Black shopping network. Okay, it's a global platform. A global platform where people, these brands, can really sell their stuff. Black-owned brands. Brilliant idea. I love the idea. It is a brilliant idea. But look, if you go right now, this is what I'm saying. If you go right now to Empower Global is the name of this shopping platform. So here's the first thing. If you go to Empower Global, you don't even see Diddy on there. Diddy is not on the site. And many of the brands that were part of this platform have already pulled out. And to date, so far, there has been 18 partners, people doing business with him. When I say partner, it's a network. It is a network. I don't mean partner like dating. I don't mean partner like you own the business together. I am just talking about a partner like an affiliate. Okay? Just so we're clear on that. So far to date, 18 of these partners have decided that they're no longer going to do business with Diddy. Now, why is this important? To me, this is important because as I share with you guys, I am always looking for a way in. Okay? I often talk about the plug. Oftentimes, the plug comes as a vehicle into a network that you may not normally have access to. Okay, so for example, these partners that are no longer going to be working with Empower Global. See, this is a huge platform, y'all. This is a huge platform where people are buying stuff. And incidentally, if you go on there right now, it's 40% off everything. Now, what does that tell you? There is opportunity. There's opportunity there for, look, where's 50 Cent when you need him? Because there's opportunity. Because this is something that is needed. This is a way to bring Black-owned creators together. And I'm talking about goods. It's a shopping platform. So many people are into e-commerce now. They want to do e-commerce as a way to build passive income, but it's not totally passive if you're doing it right. I mean, and to tell you the truth, when you're doing business right, it's very rare that anything is 100% passive. It can be, but most things do require some sort of Q&A, quality assurance, something like that. But anyway, Empower Global, there's opportunity there. Anytime a business, the foundation of a business is shaken, is flipped upside down, it creates a rift in the market, okay? Like an earthquake. When an earthquake happens, y'all know I'm from Cali. We have earthquakes all the time. When an earthquake happens, things shift and move around, right? So what may have been the strongest part of something is now the weakest part. And when these fissures is a fracture, when fissures are created, there is space, which means that's opportunity, okay? So yeah, I am talking physical. I always like to have visual. See, that is how my brain works. I always have a visual because that is a roadmap. So when fissures happen in the economy, in the business world, that is opportunity for new business ideas, new products, new services, new ways to solve problems, new problems to solve. Okay, I hope you guys get that. So the fall of the Pitty Diddy empire will actually create openings for others to come along and do things better. Fill those fractures, start the healing and rebuild. So that's what I want you guys to see with this. Now, I can talk all the shenanigans about how long it's going to take to lose his money. But I talk that because I need you guys to see opportunity. And the Pitty Diddy saga is simply an example. You've got to find examples in your own world, whatever your world consists of, okay? And it may not even be along the lines of what you do day in and day out. There's always problems to be solved, and there's always money in solving those problems. In fact, if you think about grants and funding, whether it's from the government, the military's government, whether it's from other countries, for whatever is for these grants, the majority of the time they are birthed because there is a need that needs to be filled. There's a problem that needs to be solved. And we live in the good old state of America. Okay, there is nothing but problems that need to be solved and fixed, from housing to homelessness to mental illness to guns. You know what I'm saying? So I always want us thinking in the fractures, in the fissures, okay? Spot those opportunities. The Diddy saga is creating opportunities. Now, with that being said, we talked about how Cassie got that money so fast. Now check this out. This is it right here, y'all. This is where all of these other ladies filing these lawsuits have been going wrong. So Cassie's team, so these lawyers, they knew what they was doing. Not only did they sue the entities and not Pitty Diddy directly, but they sued from the standpoint of Cassie being an employee. Look, do y'all hear me? An employee. Why? Well, because a boss, an employer, has a higher degree of duty to an employee versus girlfriend and boyfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend. You see that? Since I am an employer, my duty to the people that work for me is greater than the duty to a boyfriend, and vice versa. So y'all pay attention to that. Okay? All of us folks, All of us, if we have employees, we have a higher duty. We have a higher duty to them than we would if they was just our boyfriends or girlfriends or what have you. So this is how Cassie got that bread real quick. This is how she got the bread real quick. So these other ladies that are coming down the pike that are suing him. Now, if I was one of them, I'm just going to get with Cassie's lawyers and say, well, look, can you guys also represent me? All three of them. If they're smart, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go to those same lawyers because there is already a precedent set. And in law, I'm not a lawyer, y'all. In law, I only know this because look at our Senate, look at the laws. This is how it works. When there is a precedent set, which means there was a case that came before whatever respective case, and that case either what went in favor of, or against whatever the thing is, okay? And in the Penny Diddy Saga case, Cassie's team was successful in arguing that he was responsible for, $30 million in damages or whatever he settled for. So the precedence was set. That was his duty to his employee, Cassie. And so he had to pay her because he neglected his responsibilities as an employer and he was abusive to her. And as a result, that caused XYZ, and she needed these punitive damages and whatever, even though it was, like 10 years later. So I'm one of them girls. I'm going to that same legal team and I'm going to tell them my story. And I'm going to say, yeah, between this year and that year, he was producing my records. So yes, I was an employee. If it's legit. Now, granted, some of these ladies, they just was picked up at a party. They may not have a case like that. But yet and still, I'm going to go to Cassie's law group. I'm going to go to her people. And I'm going to tell them, no, I wasn't an employee. He wasn't recording for me. But, maybe he led me there under the impression that I was going to be an intern or that I was going to be whatever it is. Cassie's legal team has got to be the ones to bring it all in. So I got to give Cassie her flowers because that was a brilliant move. Yeah, that was a brilliant move. So we have more exciting things that we're going to be talking about on the other side of the break. Make sure you lean in, tune in, download the app for the best listening experience. Don't go away. We're going to be right back with Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio. What's up, y'all? We are back with Savage Talk. So look, you guys, I know I've been talking bad about Pitty Diddy, right? Actually, Pitty Diddy should be paying me for that name I came up with, okay? Because Pitty Diddy, that is a great name. All right. I might be saving his whole career just with that name. No, I'm just playing. But look, so before the break, we were just talking about a few different things. And the thing that I really need you guys to get is find those opportunities. There's even opportunities in the Pitty Diddy saga. Okay. So, but I got something else I have got to talk about. All right. Look, for all of the people, mostly men, who love the massages, the spas, the specifically love you long time spas. Well, there's one city in the metro area that is fed up. Now, let me tell you, I told you I was going to tell y'all why this is important to me. Check this out. I am a massage connoisseur. Okay. So like some people like top shelf liquor. Okay. Liquor. I said it right. Top shelf liquor. See, I like a top shelf massage. Now, I know that most people, when they think of massage, they don't think of different tiers and plans and levels of what you're going to get and what you pay for. Now, there's some massage places that they truly are on the up and up, and they're about their craft, which is getting deep into those muscles. Yeah, I said muscles. Getting deep into those muscles, working out those kinks so that truly your body operates better. Okay? Massage has multiple purposes. Now, depending on where you're getting your massage and where you're getting your massage, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there's a location you're going to go to and there's body parts you're going to go to or work with or get worked on. Y'all know what I'm saying? Depending on that is going to dictate the outcome. But so it turns out that in Roswell, Georgia, y'all know Roswell, there's lots of money in Roswell, so pay attention. In Roswell, Georgia, the Roswell people are fed up with the love you long time massages. Hey. So I'm sure you all are familiar with what that is. If you're not, listen, you better Google it. Okay. I'm not even going to go into depth on that part of it, but it turns out that in Roswell, Georgia, they're going to be banning these massage parlors. That used to be an old name for it, a massage parlor. Now we call them spas. Well, we have spas, but then we have med spas. What kind of spa are we going to? Now, what type of massages are happening in these places? Well, it turns out that some of these places, whatever type of massage you ask for is what's happening. If you got the money and you got the name for it, they know how to do it and will do it. So Roswell is fed up with this. Why? Well, it tarnishes the look of Roswell. They don't want to be known as the love you long time capital of Georgia. I mean, I don't see a problem with it because everybody got to be known for something. And I guarantee you, they put the right tax on it, help these small business owners while still making their money. Roswell would really come up, y'all. Okay, it's about business. It's about the business of massage. And yes, this is a huge business. Let me tell you, I know what y'all thinking. Don't be whispering to your friends how she know all that. Where she be going? Look, you can just ask me. I'm gonna tell you. You don't even have to ask. I am going to tell you. Of course, I'm in the sports and fitness industry, and massage, chiropractic work, all of that goes hand in hand with recovery. I know that in America, most people view massages as something extracurricular. Like it's not mandatory. You know, if somebody gets me a massage as a gift card, I'll go, but it's not on my regular agenda. But see, when you are a high performing athlete, now look, I ain't talking about I'm high performing. I'm just giving y'all the facts. I am performing. Okay, some might say high, some might say low. So just depend on who you ask. But talk to me first. I'll tell you who to ask. When you are a high performing athlete, it is imperative that your muscles get the kinks worked out. And let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. See, those of y'all that wear jeans, do you remember, or let me ask you, have you ever washed a pair of jeans and put it out to dry naturally, not in the dryer? You let it dry naturally. And then when you take it off the line dryer, them jeans is crispy, they hard, and they just don't feel good to put them on. And then when you put them on, they look funny. People might not tell you except for your kids. They gonna tell you the truth. Mom, what's wrong with them pants? Why are you going out looking like that? So those wrinkle crinkle jeans are like your muscles when you've used them. Now imagine those jeans get ironed up nice and smooth. Or imagine you put them in the dryer, they didn't shrink, and you didn't gain weight. Okay, so take that off the table. I'm creating a perfect scenario right here. You dry the jeans, you take them out the dryer, they're free flowing, they're warm, you put them on, and you looking in the mirror like, okay, yeah, these is looking right. You turn around and you know they looking right. So your muscles, when you use your muscles, what happens is those muscle fibers get little kinks in them, like wrinkles in jeans, or like a kink on a gold chain. You ever have people give you little tiny chains? Like really, they invest the money in the charm or whatever it is that go on the chain. They didn't invest the money in the chain, so the chain just came with the charm. And the chain is one of those chains that if you look at it too hard, it starts kinking up and wrinkling up, and you can't ever get those kinks out again without breaking it. Your muscle fibers get little kinks like that in it. And you may not notice if you're not an athlete that those kinks are there. But when you're a high performing athlete, every kink makes a difference. Okay, so the goal of these massages is to iron out your muscles. Take those kinks out of your muscles so you can perform your duties at the highest level and abilities that you have. So I'm used to massages and I love getting massages. So this is how I know about it. We actually are very fortunate in Georgia that we have a very well-known Korean spa. There's a couple of them. And I frequent them both. And I've had massages at both. And I will continue. But heck, maybe I need to go over to Roswell before all these laws get passed and stuff. Just to research. We're going to call it research. I'm just researching. I'm the research queen. So apparently in Roswell, they are not only doing sports massages that are designed to get the kinks out of your muscles. They're trying to get other stuff out of other muscles. And the thing is, the people of Roswell do not want to be known as that city. So they already passed it, but they're going to be implementing a new law, no new massage parlors or spas. But look, you know how the people do. It's like when you have a child and they right on that age difference where, okay, we paying $16 to get in the movies or we paying $9. So you tell your kid, be quiet. Today you still 9, or 10 or whatever it is. It's like that. People are just going to come up with calling it something different. So now instead of opening up a spa and massage place, they're going to open up a place called, hydrotherapy, muscular hydrotherapy or something. See, this is the thing. It's a play on words. And the one thing about the human experience and being a human being is that we have all the ingenuity in the world. So if you tell us don't do something and we really know it needs to be done or we are just intent on doing it, then we just come up with a way to get around the laws. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right. But what I am saying is when the people pass laws, the other people find ways to go around them laws. Because this is why I say the city council and the city government of Roswell, Georgia is missing the mark. See, instead of, boy, y'all don't want me to run for no office because we're going to be having massage parlors. Look, as long as y'all pay me the taxes, these are going to be the rules. So I think the government of Roswell is a bit antiquated with how they're looking at this. Because just like with cannabis, when California realized all of the economy and the money that was changing hands when it was illegal, they realized we actually need this money. And we can make this so that it's safer for people to get, and they don't have to get cannabis worrying about it being laced with XYZ. We're going to legalize it, and we're going to have dispensaries. First, it's going to start off as medical only, but then we have a 7-year plan to graduate it into not just medical use, but recreational use. Now, the city of Roswell, I see this is the same. Okay, you have massages that's therapeutic, medicinal, and then you have massages that is purely recreational and fun. Why not have a designation for the type of massage place and then capitalize on it and bring in that revenue? See, that's what I'm talking about doing, because when there's a need for something, people are going to figure out a way to go get it, and they're going to figure out a way to go pay for it. So obviously, the Love You Long Time massages are popular. Okay, they're popular. So why not say, look, we're going to be the city of Love You Long Time. You know what I'm saying? Now, I already know I'll probably have my little 10 people that's voting for me when I run, because that would be my platform. The city of Love You Long Time. I guarantee you, we're going to be the grassroots underground party that's bringing people to Georgia, because people going to fly from all over the world to come to Roswell. We're going to be a tourist destination on the map before Atlanta. Go to Roswell, the city of Love You Long Time. That's already, you know what, let me tell these people in Roswell need to pay me to come up with a marketing plan for them, because for real, y'all know what I'm about. The city of Love You Long Time. So this is in Roswell, Georgia. Y'all go to their Chamber of Commerce and look at the people that's running the city. Go look at the city council and just take a look. Some of these people need to get out of office because, number one, they probably haven't had a Love You Long Time massage ever, and they have no idea what it is, what it helps, what it's going to cure. But look, lean in, stick around, don't go nowhere. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we got more shenanigans to talk about. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. You are listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio. So, look, before the break, let's recap. Let's do a quick recap. Pitty Diddy Saga. Pitty Diddy. Imagine, just visualize Pitty Diddy in a corner with his head down, in his hands, just looking pitiful. We also talked about the city of Roswell. Okay, and in my opinion, they're missing the boat on this. City of Roswell is tired of the Love You Long Time massage parlors, so they are banning it, okay? This is a big thing. Again, I believe they missed the mark on that. So we talked about all that before the break. Let me tell y'all, everything, when I say find avenues, find opportunities, I am so serious when I tell y'all I see an opportunity in everything. Because if something is broken, there's opportunity to fix it. And when there's opportunity to fix something, again, that's another word for solving problems. When there are opportunities to solve problems, it's going to take a person, a team, new inventions, whatever it is. Who's to say you're not that person? Like, I want you guys to wake up every day thinking globally. What's my impact on the world going to be? I don't want you waking up thinking about, oh, I don't feel like going to work. I don't want you waking up thinking about, let me go on and clock in and then go get my coffee and start doing all my other stuff before I start working. I want you, when you wake up to do your affirmations, when you wake up to pray, when you wake up, whatever it is that you do first, add, how am I going to bring value to this global universe, a global economy, global world? What is my impact going to be? Train yourself to think beyond yourself. Okay? So what does that mean? Investing in personal development. Remember, we talked about that. Invest in personal development so that it will be natural for you to see your place globally in this world. So that when the pitty ditties fall, listen, don't y'all know that this is how 50 Cent thinks? He had a vision for power, for, what's those other ones he did? I don't watch them all. I actually don't have cable TV now. But back then, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent had a vision before all of what you see now, him making offers on Pitty Diddy's businesses. Maybe he'll get this Empower Global. Maybe that's on 50's list. But my point is, you have got to see yourself and see your place in the world globally. Because that is the impact and power that you have. Okay? Just like that earthquake that creates those fissures and those breaks, you're going to fill in the gaps. Because you will be trained to spot them, to find them, and figure out how to monetize them, how to build a team. Don't you know that the majority of these grants that are out here, the folks that are procuring the grant, they then go out and have contractors. They have a team that implement everything that the grant says needs to be done. You don't have to be that person that knows everything. You just got to be that person that knows how to get the people that know everything, bring them together, and most importantly, when you bring them together, you are able to help them see the vision that is so great and greater than themselves that they want to be on the team. Okay? Many years ago, I used to be a Rough Rider, and I'm going to tell you, y'all know I love DMX. Always did, always will. Not only because the voice, not only because he truly inspired hip hop in a way that we still see today, and there won't ever be anyone that sounds like X or that has the heart of X. But he said something that stuck with me. And I promise you all that I think about this at least 4 to 5 times a week. And I'm going to tell y'all what he said. So if you have a business, if you have a desire to start a business, whatever it is, even if your desire is to start a nonprofit or to just make an impact and it has nothing to do with business, this is still going to apply, okay? So look, you ready? I want you to lean in. What X used to say is, you got to give the people something to make them want to F with you. Okay? So when all the people would come up to him with their CDs and their mixtapes, you know, and their demos and all of that stuff and say, X, how can I blow up like you? How can I do this and that? How can I become famous? He used to say, man, this is it. You got to give the people something that make them want to F with you. That is another way of saying you have got to be able to help people see, feel, and taste your vision so that they want to be on that team, so that they see themselves as part of your journey. So then y'all journeys are transformative together, and you amplify your impact to the world. You're not gonna be out here doing nothing on your own. As much as us Virgos love to feel like we're doing something on our own, or us Virgos love to feel like we got all the answers. Even if we have all the answers, it's a moot point, because having all the answers does nothing for me in terms of implementing the necessary answers. Okay? So that's what I want you guys to get. You think about X, and when you wake up and say, okay, how is my day going to look? Your vision needs to be global. So then you see people, which is your network, which is your plugs. You will see all of the opportunities in everything. There is opportunities in everything. The fall of Diddy, GXO, the robot I told you about, Digit Robot. There is opportunity in all of that, even with the Love You Long Time spas. Listen, hey y'all should have saw Nelson's face when I said that. His eyebrows rose up on me. The eyebrow. What was you thinking with? Wait.
I gotta chime in. What you mean AI with the love?
Love You Long Time. Listen,
those some firm hands now.
They're firm, but let me tell you, there is, if people really, really wanted to have Love You Long Time massage parlors as a business, there's ways to do it and monetize it. Now, do you think in other countries like China, do you think they have robots to perform this stuff? I'm going to tell you they do.
Right. Well, yeah, because, in that type of technology, they way advanced in us, forward thinking and stuff like that. So, yes. But
well, and let me tell you why, though. Let me tell you why. This is the thing. In places like China, where intimacy is not, I can't say it's not allowed, but it's not a thing that you see. The Chinese culture is not built on we just are lovey-dovey and we
the
love each
visual,
other
right.
and we have a need for intimate space. So a lot of it is fulfilled with robots and
Virtual.
dolls. I'm telling you. Yes. So there is always a need. And think about it like this. All they did was create it's a false sense of intimacy, but it works for their culture.
And it's funny you said it because years ago, do you remember that show that used to be on HBO called Real Sex?
Oh yeah. Listen, what grown person don't remember that? Because that was like the closest thing you was getting to you know what, and you know what I'm saying.
And you know, I recall that there was like some type of episode where they was talking about for those who was into those sex dolls and stuff like
Yes.
that, and they was, you know, doing that. So if people are into that, it's gonna transition. I'm quite sure it's already there in other countries, as like you said, China or possibly Japan. But that's gonna eventually, you know, come into play where those dolls are going to speak back to the people, and especially for those who are antisocial, introverted,
That's
who
right.
can't socialize with people, they're gonna go that route.
Listen, y'all. I see. Nelson just already gave me an idea. I'm gonna tell y'all is they gonna start creating specific robots with extended cakes and clappers. Okay, it's everything is gonna be metal except the glutes, the cakes and clappers. I promise you, if I made one right now, I'm gonna sell out. Okay, I'm gonna sell out because there is a need. There is a need for this, and you may or may not remember this. So, Two Chains has that show, The Most Expensivest.
I only seen one episode about it, but yes.
Well, one of the episodes. Well, actually, hold on. Don't give me the line here. It was either Two Chains show or T Pain's show because T Pain's is more technology. But one of their shows, I believe it was Two Chains Most Expensivest. But one of those shows was all about the doll industry and how expensive these dolls can get. Now the dolls they're not even called dolls. I'm using dolls for explanation, but these dolls get into the tens of thousands of dollars, and they mimic human men and women in terms of touch, feel, smell, all of that stuff. So now, and this was before AI.
Mm-hmm.
This show was probably, I don't know, it's at least 2 years old. It was during the pandemic when I watched it. So at minimum 2 to 3 years old. So it was before the AI revolution. Okay. And you know how I say right now we're in the wild, wild west of AI. So what is going to happen, and I'm sure it's somewhere already happening, when it's rolled out to the public at large, you're going to have your AI-powered lifelike men and women that are solely built to replace intimacy from real men and women. So think about this. I have something that I know it's a robot, but I can create whatever type of intimacy, because this is now some people gonna love it and other people are gonna hate it. This is the joke that men make when they say, see, if you would just keep everything you got, but just keep your mouth closed, you already knew where I was going with it. If I could get you all the cooking, you're on point with the cooking. You on point with how you looking. All of that is good. But if you can only just
I don't want no talk back, woman.
Keep your mouth closed, you will be the perfect woman.
Right.
Now, I believe, it's my opinion, that every man that's married has said that to himself at least one time. In fact, probably at least one time a week. Even the President Barack Obamas, even those people that have what we view as a perfect relationship. I'm sure that they've had those thoughts too. Okay, now there is one couple in the world, and they're not even living anymore, that I truly believe when I hear the term soulmate, it was true. And that was, you want to take a guess? They're dead now, but take a guess who I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the couple, both of them are.
Yeah, both of them are dead now, but they were very influential and they were both incredible people. When I tell you, you're gonna say, ah, yeah, okay, I know. Uh-huh, I see it.
If it's somebody that recently passed,
No, not
oh,
recent,
okay.
really.
Off the top of my head, I'll say Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King.
That is a good guess, but no, it's not them. It is Ruby and Ozzy,
Ah, okay. Yeah.
right? So if I envision a couple that was gonna save them, let's just, I'm creating, I'm making a movie right here. Somebody's gonna write this one day. Imagine Ruby D and Ozzy Davis. Imagine them in their younger years, childbearing years. Planet Earth is a wasteland. If there's going to be two people who can save humanity, it's going to be them. Because, and let me tell you why. Now, like for real, it's going to be them, even over Michelle and Barack. Okay, if I have to choose two people that's going to save humanity, I'm going with Ruby and Ozzy.
They're gonna have boring sex though.
But see, the thing is, I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't boring. Because number one, they stayed together forever. And I'm one of those people that I believe sex has to be right up there with communication and intimacy to stay together forever and truly love each other and feel connected to each other. And Ruby and Ozzy, they truly loved each other and they liked each other. Because this is the thing, if I have a man, if I got a man and the sex is terrible and I can't go to Roswell, okay, because they didn't shut me out over there. So now I love this man. I love everything about him, but the sex is whack. This is what's going to happen. I love him, but I don't like him.
Oh, they're gonna turn to AI.
That's what's going to happen. And I'm going to be spending more and more time with Digit, my robot, because not only can he help me move stuff, okay, and he going to be cleaning the garage and doing all of this. He going to be quiet when I want him to be quiet. And he going to be able to take care of everything else.
But I think before that happens, the people that's going to be spending the money are those people that's those loners, what I'm saying, who don't have a connection with society, what I'm saying. I think those are the ones that's going to really spend the most money on for it before it really get to throughout the society at all. I mean, that's my opinion.
True. I can see that. And then what's going to happen is that just like with the smartphone revolution in technology, now more and more of our kids are losing or have lost the ability to commune, just regular things, talking to other people, being able to read body language. Do you know how important that is? So look, you guys, we're going to talk about all of that because this is near and dear to my heart. Not because I know what's popping in Roswell, but really just because this is what's coming down, okay? This is going to happen. Ready or not, it's going to happen. So you're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. Savage Talk is back. We savage with it. 101 TKO Radio, y'all. Look, before I forget, you can watch us on YouTube, on Facebook. You can comment. Some of y'all scared to pick up a telephone. Y'all remember when it was called the telephone, pick it up, press the numbers, and you call and talk to somebody. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could always answer back on YouTube or on Facebook. But before the break, quick recap. We're talking about you know what? I don't even feel right calling them robots. These are like people bots.
Let's start getting attached.
Listen, I'm saying they're not robots. These are like robo companions. Okay, robo companions. During the break, y'all, we was talking. These is robo companions. I already know what's gonna start happening, y'all. Soon as they come out on the market, they're gonna start off at like 500,000 out of everybody's price range. Then it's gonna be a generic brand. Okay, people gonna start buying the generic brands, and then they're gonna start jailbreaking them like all these iPhones. And then it's about to get crazy, y'all. Y'all already know how that goes. I can't even get my Fire Stick working to this day. It's jailbroken and broken. It's jailbroke and just broke. You want to know why? Because I tried to jailbreak it and do all of this stuff after somebody else had already jailbroken it. But I need to put my spin on it. So I'm going to add this app. I'm going to add that app so I can watch this and that. Now I can't get the doggone thing working at all. So I'm going to have to start from scratch. Now with these robo companions, I'm telling you what's going to happen. People going to get them. They're going to be jailbroken. We're going to start seeing TikToks with them dancing and saying all of the dumb stuff, right? And then eventually, what was actually designed and created to help people is going to be out there talking crazy. They're going to be rapping. They're going to be out there, people going to be showing videos with them holding guns and making it rain at the strip club and, just doing all of this stuff. But the thing is, y'all know me, I'm here for all the shenanigans. Because at the end of the day, what I always see is there is somebody's brilliance behind it. Even if it doesn't fully work, having the vision and the thought to, I'm going to make this thing that was created for this one thing, I'm going to make it so that it's doing something else that fits what I needed to do. Right? Because we already know with artificial intelligence, most of these languages are not trained to deal with Black people. Mm-hmm. We already know there's statistics on that. So when AI is used in hospitals, things like that, it has a bias. Why does it have a bias? Well, number one, it hasn't been enough of us using these platforms. It hasn't been enough of us inputting data into these platforms. You want to know why? Because we don't trust nobody. I don't want them capturing my conversation. I don't want, first of all, they already got it.
And that's, I believe, why a lot of times we're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and it's so misguided because just like we don't want to tell the census people that we got 10 people living in our house, we only gonna tell them the 3 that's on the lease. Listen, y'all, they already know you got 10, 12 people up in there. They know you running the daycare out of there. They know you doing hair out of there. They know, they know you doing all of the stuff that you can do flying under the radar. So pretty soon, the census people, they're going to come around asking how many robo companions you have too. Make sure you include them on the list. So now we're going to start lying about how many robo companions we got in the house too. It's still the same 3 people, sir. It's still the same 3 people. But no, the reality is we have got to participate. That's really what it is. We want a stake in the artificial intelligence pie. We must participate. If you think whoever the they is, if you think they don't already have your information, they do. These Google satellites see you when you walk out the house. They see you when you sneak all them other people out the house. They see you when you sneaking all them babies in the house for that daycare that ain't registered and all of that stuff. They see you when them clients is coming in the house without the wigs on, but they leaving fully snatched. Okay? The satellites can see that. It's true. So listen, y'all, we have got to put our stake in this Wild Wild West. We have got to put our stake in this Wild Wild West as some of the pioneers. Now, you know the old phrase, how do you spot the pioneers? Because they're the ones with the arrows in their back. That's what it means to be a pioneer. You are forging new territory that people have not done before you. So that means you have confidence, you have leadership, and you are willing to do what needs to be done so that you can put your flag up in this land. Now, we always too worried about, well, who gonna be looking at these flags? See, we be worried about the wrong things. Meanwhile, the world is evolving around us. And once it's already evolved and they done built the luxurious condos and they didn't, they have the transportation to all of these places and it looks fashionable. That's when we like, okay, you want to go visit? No, I want to go visit now because now it's 1,000,000 times more expensive. And I know I am not going to get the full experience. So we got to stop being behind the 8 ball, worried about the wrong things, and get out there. Be a pioneer, y'all. Don't worry about them arrows in your back. I sure don't. They there, but you know what? See, I build my resiliency. So it ain't going to be no arrows taking me out. You dig? You hear me? You feel me? Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to capture all of the phrases that we all are accustomed to hearing, regardless what age. Because the one thing right now, my 17-year-old, my 11-year-old, me and everyone around me, I have so many people in my life that represent the entire age spectrum, up to centenarians, however you say the word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That is people who live to be 100 years old. Do you want to be in that category? Yes. How you going to make it to that category if you cannot withstand one arrow? The folks that's in that category, you know what? They whole backside is full of arrows. And yet they still wake up every day with a zest to do something new. A zest for life. All of the studies that show reasons why these people are living to 100 and beyond has to do with resiliency and movement. They are practicing old traditions that has them growing things in their gardens. So they're stooping over, they're bending over, they're carrying things, they're walking all day. They're in communion with their community, not just husband and wife, mother, daughter thing, the entire community, because see, they understand that there is value. And I am talking about value in years added to your life by being part of a community. That is so important. So even with the AI and the robo companions, there is always going to be a need for community. Even the people that would rather just sit at home with the companion bot doing whatever it is they want to do with the companion bot. There is a need for community if you have a desire to live a long, happy life. So that's the thing. It goes back to priority. I am always talking about priority. I want to be one of them old folks that's walking down the street at 100, standing upright or driving without running kids and curbs over. Like, I want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of the ones that's in the back room at my son or daughter's house because I can't leave the room because I can't walk.
Right.
I can't get out the bed. Everything that I am talking to you about today, even with the pity Diddy stuff, is about finding your purpose and your passion. And your purpose is always going to be intertwined with other people's purpose. That's how life works, y'all. So you got to know, in order to have that success, living past 100 is going to include having other people in your circle that have the same desires. So the thing about the companion robot, it's going to serve its purpose. It's going to serve its purpose. And yes, people are going to jailbreak them. They're going to get polluted. They're going to get, they're going to be used for things they shouldn't be used for. War. We already have parts of AI that's being deployed in war. How you think they fly in drones? Drones that's blowing people up and dropping bombs.
And I used to look at I think it's the military channel, and they were showing the future of war, right? And they were showing like what I forgot what it's called, like urban war, where saying they're doing this drill of, saying they're like in an actual city, and they how they're utilizing robots to saying to do those things, and as that progress, that's going to be replacing the manhood to the man to actually
That's right.
doing the war. So.
Yeah, because in a way, what we're doing is we're going to use these drones. And when I say we, I'm just talking about as America. And I'm mostly always against war. Let me just put that out there. I'm not a warmonger. But what's going to happen is we will be able to inflict so much damage on countries without risking our military men and women.
Mm-hmm.
That part, see, I say I'm good with that. But the part that I'm not good with is always going to be the covert intel, the hidden stuff, the hidden things that we don't know. Right? That's what's going to happen. There's going to be people that for everything that we see, there's going to be things we don't see where it's being perverted. Yeah, so you guys pay attention to this. All right, y'all. Look, we got a caller on the line.
Tell them call back.
Okay, so look, caller, call us right back. Let me finish this thought really, really quick. So, military, I actually one of the causes that I champion is disabled veterans. So it's near and dear to my heart. This is why I talk about this. And I love the idea of being able, when we do have to go to war, being able to go to war without people, without risking our military. Okay. I think about that all the time. My son is 17. What if we had the draft? But check this out. What if, imagine, okay, we're about to be in 2024. In 2030, every household is going to have some sort of robot. So imagine your household. You can put your robo companion in for the draft and save your children.
I don't think it's going to get to your robo companion because I think the military is going to already have that in place. You know what
You
I'm saying?
like
So,
with the drones and stuff. So
right,
you mean you don't need actually the human type robots?
right. So I think they're going to fade away with, you know what I'm saying, human because there'll be, you know, somebody behind the desk or something like that controlling and pushing out there, you know. So I don't think it's going to be where you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to put my companion into the draft.
Yeah,
I think they're going to already
listen,
have
y'all.
that created.
Y'all hear Nelson? He about to fight for his robo companion. He about to fight. Y'all not
No,
taking. Y'all are not going to take my robo companion. Okay, you see that? See, that's what I'm saying.
but
Humans,
that's
humans.
what I'm saying. I think they're going to already create their own army. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be scary because you know as this whole martial law. I mean, you know, this could go a lot of different topics. Like, and I
It
don't want to
really
go into
can.
that. You know,
It really
but
can. But I think we got to keep it top of mind because where we have all of this stuff, again, it's going to be opportunities for us. But we have got to, we got to know where to look. And anytime something is broken, there's going to be multiple solutions and problems to be solved. And regular old humans, we actually can do this. We can do this for real, for real. Caller, you can give us a call back because I definitely want to hear your question or your comment, especially with respect to everything we can do to save our humans. We already have so much stuff that's wiping us out. And you know what? This is the truth, Nelson. I'm gonna tell you. And this is the part that bothers me. The biggest threat to humanity is our own dis-ease and lack of being healthy and not prioritizing our own health and not having a desire to live to 100. Don't you know it's so many black men in their 20s? If you have 50 black men that's between the ages of 20 and 30, if you ask them, you believe you're going to live to 100 or past 100, how many out of 50 do you think will say yes? I've never done that survey.
right,
I'm curious. I'm gonna have to do it. But it is my thought that the majority, it's my thought that at least 75% is gonna say no. And the 25% that say yes, I'm gonna tell you why I think they're gonna say yes after the break. So look, you guys lean in, stick around after the break. I'm going to tell you my reason why I think they may say yes. Okay. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. Savage Talk with Keefa is back. So look, we got a caller on. Before the break, I was talking about black men, and if I took 50 black men, lined them up, asked them all, do you believe that you're going to live to at least 100 years old? It's my opinion. I said that 75% of them would say no. And the 25% that would say yeah, I was going to tell you why I believe they're going to say yeah. But look, before I do that, because I got Jewel on the line and he wants to talk about these robots we're talking about, the human design robots, I'm going to bring Jewel in and I'll answer that question for you guys when we come back. Jewel, are you there?
Hey, Keefa, I'm here. A great show, by the way. And listen, I know you're wrapping up for the evening, but I want to touch on something that you brought up about AI and the human companion robot. So I want to go a little bit deeper real quick, and I want to get your opinion. So, it's not a coincidence that, bias occurs with people of color, but it especially occurs, you mentioned AI and facial recognition for Black people or people of color. And so that goes back to the algorithm and how they're trained, because the people that make up the algorithms are not people of color. And that has a lot to do with people of color not being in the tech industry. So that's one point I want to point out. But to your point about human-like companions, what do you think, because we're not represented well in AI, we can't just have a human-like companion that's going to be designed by a person that doesn't understand our needs as a culture, because people of color expect certain things, they expect certain behaviors, certain mannerisms, certain types of dialogue between their significant other. So if I wanted a human-like companion, that's what I'm looking for. But I don't want Tom Slick from MIT, a 25-year-old non-person of color, designing that for me. So in your expert opinion, how would you suggest that we find ways to be better represented in the AI field? And I'm going to hang up and I'm going to listen to your answer.
Okay. Oh, man. Listen, that is a great question. That's a great question and great input. Well, it does. Let me answer your question first. So, number one, we need a lot more of us on the ground floor in the AI field. And I'm talking about using AI technology, thinking globally. This is why I talked about thinking globally, because those that are pioneering, they're thinking about how to use AI to solve world problems, global problems. Most of the folks that are, I would say us, we're thinking about AI for how it can help us create content. See, so that's thinking too small. So we've got to, individually, we've got to expand our thinking. And individually, we've got to start learning how to use these tools so that we can use them with tech companies. We can get jobs with these tech companies, or we can get grants to create our own tech companies so that we create models that, now see, and you just gave me an idea, create models that identify with particular groups. So let's say, for example, creating AI models that can go out and do outreach for homelessness, that can go out and go to daycare centers and help these low income daycare centers, things like that. So there is a need for those particular models to be a certain way. But at the same time, I want, now this is my personal opinion, the models, they need to be able to identify with our culture, but not dumb down our culture. Okay. So it is going to be very important who is actually training the models. That's why we need the diversity. Even within our own Black and brown people, we need to have input from all of us, and not just the ones that are going to MIT, not just the ones that are interested in learning AI, learning how to build robots. We need input from the people who are doing hair out of their house. We need input from the ones who are working at car dealerships, working standard jobs. We need to have input from all of us, because we all make up the community. That's truly the only way to not have any bias, is to have representation from all communities. And you know what? That's been difficult. That's difficult even within just Black and brown people's community, because some will say, well, yeah, why you over in Buckhead when you need to be in Gwinnett? Y'all not counting us in Gwinnett. You see, so even in the metro area, our Atlanta's the capital, and all of the talk is about Atlanta, right? Our Atlanta government, and this is just, I'm using this as an example. Our Atlanta government, you rarely hear them talk about Gwinnett. You rarely hear them talk about Habersham County. But see, Atlanta runs Georgia. Atlanta runs Georgia. So I could say we have a bias even in the land of Black and brown people, Atlanta, but we still have bias there. The same as does exist in AI. It's the same thing. So number one, we've got to be more involved in AI initiatives. That means looking for grants that involve artificial intelligence, looking for where you can add value to businesses, schools, universities that are on the AI front. Okay. That's why, and Joel, you know this, that's why I say, let me teach AI to these kids. Let me teach them so they can start using it, training the models. So that's the question to that. And I think that was such a great point. But we've got 8 minutes left. I want to go back to what I said about the Black men, and 75% of them, it's my opinion that they would say no, they don't believe they're going to live to 100 or beyond. The 25% that would say yes, there's going to be a couple things at play to have them even see that vision for themselves. Okay. So number one, personal development and environment. Okay. If I grow up in a household where health is important, taking care of myself is important, I'm going to be more likely to even have that as a vision to live past 100. Okay. So that's number one. It's got to even be in my realm of sight and not in my blind spot. So that's the first thing. Of those 25, the 25% that would say yes, that's number one. So something has happened so that they even understand that is even a possibility. And typically that is going to be the environment one grows up in. Plus, and I'm going to say I would fall in this category. I'm not a man, but if we ask the same thing to women, I grew up in a household where, we didn't necessarily prioritize our health, but we weren't an unhealthy family. We just naturally did activities like going to the park, doing things like that as a family unit. So that played a role. But I'm going to say the biggest impact occurred through my own journey of transformation in self-development. Okay. So my self-development came by way of learning from other people, doing what other people were doing physically, mentally, and spiritually. What that did was expand my vision, expand my confidence in having vision of the things that I couldn't actually see, but I knew were there. And I liken that to being 100 years old because I see it for myself. I believe I can achieve it. I believe I have the knowledge to make it happen. But that knowledge came by way of personal development. My parents, my environment did not instill that knowledge in me. That came later on. But the foundation was instilled from my parents. So those things have to be at play. And it is a representation of your entire life because I'm always saying how you do one thing is how you do everything. And regardless what you tell yourself, the reason for, I can't do this the way I do that, they're all just excuses. And you can make them all make sense if you want to. But how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not going hard on everything, if you're not being savage on everything, then you likely may not see these as possibilities for yourself. But when you think globally and specifically think about your impact to the world, that opens up, that expands your sight of vision. And so instead of feeling like you got too much on your plate, you're going to feel like every time something's put on your plate expands and gets bigger. See, that's all perspective. That's perspective in how you perceive how you fit in the world. Right? So that transformation, okay, being that 25% who sees the potential, the opportunity, and the reason to live to 100 or past 100. And I'm just using living to 100 as an example. It could be whatever, seeing the potential in whatever it is you're doing. For human life, human existence, 100 years old, that's pretty great. There's some people who live past 100, but 100 represents full life. You've lived a full life by 100 years old. By then, you may have done everything you were put on earth to do. That doesn't mean you've done everything you want to do. But see, this is also the other, when I wake up, the thing that I think about. Have I done everything I was put on earth to do? And right now, that answer is always no. I have so much more that I need to give back and deposit into this world. So expanding my thought to see myself globally, expanded my thoughts to see myself living past 100 years old, which means what? It simply gives me more time to fulfill my God-given purpose. That's what that means. You need time to fulfill your God-given purpose because number one, you need to learn yourself so that you know what your God-given purpose is and so that you're in tuned and aligned with it. Again, that is the universe always being a yes to you. And when the universe is always a yes to you, your God-given purpose will be smooth like butter. You will know every morning when you wake up, you have a purpose so profound, so deep, that All of these people are waiting for you, and they don't even know it's you they're waiting for. See, that's the vision of the world that I have. That's the vision of the world that I want you to have for yourself. Because we're going to be on these journeys together. We're going to be intertwined. You know how I know this? Because you're listening right now. That's abundance in the world. You touching the world. You living past 100. Showing other people how to live past 100 years old. So with that, you guys, I am so, so thankful for your listening ears. I'm so grateful for your energy. I am so full with abundance and gratitude for you. You've been listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, 101 TKO Radio, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. You can download the app. You can watch me and listen in on YouTube or Facebook, whatever your fancy is. The one thing I always ask is that you take action. Take action in your life. Get off the bench. Don't watch your life pass you by. Be in your life. Start lifing. Start doing life. Call your shots. Create the abundance you so desire. That's been the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Until Thursday, y'all. Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio.